BPA King of TV Bowling, brought to you by Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. Jeff Weiler, Eastgate Auto Mall, where cars like eggs are cheaper in the country. And by Miller Brewing and the family of fine Miller beers.
Good morning, Cincinnati. BPA King of TV Bowling. We are back for week number 3. And Jennifer, we've had some pretty lousy weather out, but we've had some great bowling in the qualifiers.
Indeed. As everybody knows, this is the 189 and under division, and one of the charming aspects of it is that we get to see people we don't normally see. Today we're going to see Don Seig, first time on television, 681. We're also going to see Allan Henderson, who was on last year, only one time, so we're going to see him again.
Well, we're going to see him again after we have a few words with our sponsors. We'll be back in 2 and 2. You stay with us for match number 1 in the King of Bowling. BPA King of TV Bowling. We are back. Week number 3. This is a Coleraine qualifier. And we have a couple of Coleraine people here today, and we'll talk about them in just a minute, Jennifer.
In the meantime, Allan Henderson, second time ever on TV. We saw him last year. I believe he won. So he has a little bit more experience than Don Seig, who had a 681. Don's averaging 187. Married to Carol for 5.5 years. And we all recognize Don from the western side of town. He's been a fantastic bowler for a long time.
Very consistent over the years, Jennifer. Never a really big game type of person, and not, watch this, watch it. Oh. And it swept it off by mistake, so we're going to have to spot the 9-pin. The machine must have been on the second ball cycle, and we'll have to spot that pin. It'll take just a minute to do that. Yeah, in the meantime,
Don has 2 children, Nicole, and I haven't seen her in a long time, but the last time I saw her, she was a gorgeous little girl. And Don Jr., age 21. Now get out of here. That guy doesn't have a 21-year-old son.
680,
holy cow.
681 to qualify, first TV appearance. 1990 handicap all events champion. Age 40. It's possible, Jennifer.
Yeah, it happened so.
One of those things, Don.
Nice kid, too. And Austin also, age 9.
Don Seig shooting at the 9-pin and brings it back easily.
As you said, David, this is our Coleraine Bowl show, and we all know what that means. Fran and Frank Ruggieri out here today. Great people. Fran brought me a Bowl for Kids' Sake t-shirt, which is going on, and you do that through your league. You get sponsors, and they make donations to the Bowl for Kids' Sake. Big brothers and big sisters.
What a great organization. I had the opportunity of working with them for a couple of promotional spots in past years, and they are just an excellent group of volunteers doing some great work for people that really need it.
We definitely have a problem in the way that the lanes are set up, perhaps, David.
Well, it's swept off the, we left the 1, 2, 4, 10. We know that is the washout in the game of bowling, and we'll have to spot that up quickly. Sometimes we have all the new technical things in bowling, like the AccuScores here at AMF. The equipment is functioning properly, just it's programmed incorrectly.
Right.
It was programmed, I was just told, for a no-tap tournament last night. So, yeah, it's...
Well, the 189 and under division would be happy to hear that, but not as much as the 190 and over division would be to hear that.
That's right. No matter what you would get, it would sweep it off. But we'll get that problem resolved right now.
Poor Don Seig, first time on TV, and both his spares get swept off.
Well, maybe, second, maybe it's not a technical problem. Maybe he paid off somebody in the back. I don't know. We just can't let him get away with that job.
Oh, roll around.
Not today.
Not today.
Well, Don Seig, left-hand lane, has got him a little spooked so far. 25 in the second. Allan coming up on the right-hand lane. See what he can do with it.
Allan does bowl at Coleraine Bowl, so I guess you could call him a house bowler of sorts.
That's right.
Made the qualifier there at that center, averaging 188 and also 186 at strikes and spares.
Not all bad.
Very consistent. 2 comparable averages for 2 different houses.
This spare here, Jennifer, one of the interesting spares. The 310 in itself, not that difficult to make, but the 9-pin, the one in the back, right there, you see it is the one that complicates it so often. Very difficult. The 310, easy to make, but the 9-pin is the culprit. It will not make your game any easier.
You need to barely hit that 3-pin so that you don't get too much deflection going.
That's right.
Going away.
The Miller BPA scoreboard will show you 25 to 28 match, 3 pins, separating the 2 players, and as Don Seig did on the left-hand lane, also going wide, Jen.
Yeah, we're going to have to try and pick up on that and see what's going on there. I don't think that the lanes could have changed that quickly from the few practice shots they had previously thrown before the start of the match.
No, not at all. And again, I think it's probably just some first game jitters here, and let both bowlers settle into a little bit of a groove and see what happens. Look out. That's wide also. The 1, 2, 4. Fairly easy spare to make, but not the way that he shot that particular ball.
Once again, Don Seig up on the right lane, throwing, I believe it is a Piranha C.
Well, whatever it takes, huh?
That worked.
Whatever it takes.
He's laughing.
Why not?
Allan also is married to Mary. He has 2 children, Chris and Kim.
Well, the crossover strike, you know what? Sometimes that's enough to get you loose, to get you
exactly
loosen up. He leads by 8 pins at this point. Don Seig crossing over last frame for a strike, and he will do his best to try to capitalize on that break right now. It's wide again, and it gets back. But not enough to do it.
Don, when he needs a strike to win, has informed us that he likes to roll the ball and not force it.
Roll the ball is what he did not do cleanly here. Now keep your eyes fixed on the 1 and the 3. Center your screen. Now watch the ball take the 3 back. 6-pin goes to the channel. Almost get it. Now does he like it? He liked the roll. But
Nice
the reaction.
3-pin spare.
Yep.
Excellent.
Good coverage.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Who else do we have here today?
We have Lee Nina Jadley,
Hey.
one of our favorites from last year, and somebody we haven't seen in a while, Dave Wellage.
Oh.
And is he a star in town?
He's a star, all right. Boy, I tell you what, he's one of the more colorful players.
Oh, he's fun.
That we've had. And I tell you what, if it's fair enough for Don Seig to do it, then of course Allan says he. Heck, if Brooklyn works for him, I'm going to try it too.
Allan uses a Burgundy Hammer or a Turbo XL. That is definitely not a Burgundy Hammer.
Not unless your color is really messed up in your set, huh?
That looks good.
That's an excellent shot.
Kicking that little 10-pin out of there.
We finally get to see the shot that got the player here. Take a look at the release here from our floor cam. Watch this. This is how you get it, folks. Watch the thumb come out, rotate around, boom. Nice clean roll. Nothing fancy like the big ball players, but again, this ball rolls off cleanly. 10 pins in the pit. Every pin doing a job, except that one laying there. A little lazy head pin. Uh-oh, double dribble. What do you think?
Ooh, that's usually what happens. Right through the heart.
A lot of times, too, on a double dribble, you'll take just enough roll off and not break down the split. Don got a break there.
You're right.
Allan working on a double. Don Seig needs a spare here to stay active in the match. Ooh, just hanging on.
Don is a 4-stepper with a fingertip grip, and he likes to use the thumb billows. Good buddy Chuck Hacker.
Our buddy Chuck. Boy, he's been around for a long, long time. I tell you, Jim, this 189 and under division has created a magnificent response in the tournament itself. and has virtually doubled the participants in the qualifiers. And the people at home like to see this too. This is the bowlers they can relate to.
Exactly.
Don Seig, left-hand lane. Can he get it on track? He gave that one a little bit of help, leaving the 6-10, and this isn't the easiest spare in the world either.
Especially after going wide to barely make the 6-pin before. He's going to have to get it in a little bit. Cover them both with the ball to avoid the chop.
Allan looking on very intently as Don goes to try to bring back this spare. And he does it cleanly, and we'd like you to stay tuned with us. We'll be back with the conclusion of match number 1 during the King of Bowling in just a minute. Stay with us. One of the places you've got to visit when you're out Coleraine Way. Oh, there we go. Crossing over on the right-hand lane again, Jennifer. I wonder if it's a little tight. Let's take a look, see if we can pick it up here on the replay. Watch it here come out of his hand. And nope, it's just a full pull right from the word go. It's going to cross over, hit into the 1-2 pocket, and takes every pin out cleanly.
David, back to Coleraine briefly. Mickey Heeg, the youth coordinator there, just hit her very first 300 game, and I would personally like to congratulate her. That's fantastic. And that's not too bad either.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Mickey. I'm sure she had a few of these on the way. The 5-7 are the last 2 pins. You're going to take a look at his footwork here, and right out of the ball, nice and clean. Now watch, the last 2 pins, center your screen, the 5 pins, 7 to the left, and the scout comes across, double duty, takes them both clean out.
Those are the kind of breaks you have to win.
Absolutely.
Oh, ditto. We've seen this somewhere before, haven't we?
Go ahead. Yeah, I think it was on this lane, as a matter of fact.
Fairly recently. Well, let's see if Donnie can make it. The last time Allan left the 9-pin, only took out the 3-10.
Now the objective here, as you're looking at it, the 3, the 9, that's close. That's real close. Oh, let's see.
Didn't quite get the deflection that he needed that time.
Exactly. Let's take a look at it on the replay, Jen. This is almost textbook. What you should do is watch the ball now, folks. It should deflect off of the 3-pin and go to the right just a little bit, and watch how little it misses by about 1/8 of an inch.
He had good roll on it, and that's why he kept on driving.
Trails by 49 at this point. His competitor working on a 4-bagger. This show is, or this game is all but over at this point. Don was never able to really get untracked.
David, of course, our king, who is reigning, is Nick Vogelgeesang. We're having a little discrepancy about his name. I say it's Vogelgeesang.
Well,
we'll find out. How
it's hard enough at Vogelsang. You pronounce it any way you want, but he's
pretty many letters, that's for sure.
He's going to stay a Vogelsang as far as I'm concerned, whether he wants to or not.
As far as I'm concerned, too, Nick is the top talent in town right now, and has been for a couple of years. Ever since he learned how to shoot his spares, he's invincible.
He is. He's incredible, and he's been throwing a very, very sound game when he's ever on TV.
Nick also came in 22nd place this week with a 687. And our top woman was Jody McKenzie. All right, a 711 she shot.
Both players.
Do you know Jody?
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
do you know Jody?
I don't know the song, but okay. Going high again on the right-hand lane, the upper average division, Jennifer, would make a move, I think, at this particular point, but what you're seeing here is the lack of experience in the tournament type of atmosphere. There we go. That's how you pick that spare up.
You know, David, another point is early on in the match, both of the men went wide, and a lot of times, instead of making adjustment, you know, you made it off of a bad shot.
Well, that's true, and
that can scare you.
Well, like in week number 1 with you, for example, you bowled incredibly well. Again, we want to congratulate you on your performance, but reading the lanes has a lot to do with it. Reading our Miller BPA scoreboard, 143 in the 7th, and 108 for Don, and old Allan is on his way to a positive victory in this his appearance in 1995. We're
$500, David.
Ooh, shake it off. What is it? Sam's trying to float alone.
That's right.
He's trying to see what he can work out. I could see it.
Good old Sam. God love him. 2-8, this time going wide after he went high the last time on lane 18. Pretty much a typical type of thing to do when you're not lined up.
Well, you just keep trying different things until something works.
Don has a high game of 288. Outstanding. Started bowling at the age of 13.
And that puts away the spare, and this match is already history as far as the paper and we are concerned. Allan Henderson is our champion in game number 1, goes on to pick up $500. Don Seig, next time I'm sure things will be better. The Miller BPA scoreboard tells it all. This one belongs in the books.
Going high. Back and forth and back and forth. Boy, that can be a tough situation. Allan Henderson, as I said, will receive $500. Don's going to get a $200 payday, so I'm sure he can handle that.
Okay, going across lane for what sometimes is a difficult spare, but this particular time he brings it back no problem. Looking at the scoreboard, Don, I got news for you.
It's a little late.
You got this fork hanging out of your back. You are done. Nice guy, though. Golly, we meet so many wonderful people. There's Kathy coming in the background there. You see in our camera. She looks good today.
Executive Secretary of the Bowling Proprietors Association, Kathy Brockstrom.
And as so often that we see it, as soon as it's over in the match's history, the bowler loosens up and throws his best shot of the match.
Don's smiling. He's had a lot of fun today. There's Kathy. Boy, does she run a tight ship or what?
Boy, she's on my case.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
She's great.
Well, I don't know about that. All right, let's see if we can finish it up here. Wiggling 6-pin in his first ball in the 10. Allan did what it took to get the job done, and that's post some numbers that will bring back a $500 check. This was not a pretty sight, but hopefully the bowlers in match 2 and 3 will bring this show to life, and we will be right here to bring it to you.
Spare and a strike, you can get a 200 game. 203 to be exact with a strike right here. Allan's happy. Next, of course, we are going to see David Welledge against Lee Nina Jadley. That's for the king. You got to wait for Nick for that.
That's right. We got to wait for the final match. I forgot. Allan Henderson striking out. 203, as you said. Don Seig goes down in defeat, and we'll be back for match number 2 in just a moment. Stay with us.